Hey guys, magandang umaga o magandang gabi depending on what time you're watching this video. My name is Monica and welcome to my channel. Okay, so this has actually been requested from me. I'm doing a home workout video because obviously we've got this quarantine going on with this lovely pandemic that is plaguing us and we don't know how long it's really going to be for. So it is really important that you stay active, not just for gains or whatever, just for your own health, your mental health and your physical health, especially doing like some sort of cardio every day, especially because this virus, it affects your lungs. So working your breathing and getting your heart rate up is actually very important, especially during these times. And obviously the gyms are closed. So doing a home workout is quite important and also just keeps your morale up sometimes. So I'm just going to be doing some very simple things. I don't do anything like crazy. I'm not like an expert on this at all. I just do things that work for me. Okay, well I didn't mention I'm halfway through the workout now, but I thought I would just slot this in at the beginning of the video. I am working mainly abs and bum today, and this is basically what I do every single time I do a workout. I don't really have, I used to have specific leg days, bum days and abs days, but I just feel like, what's the point? I'm just gonna do it all in one go anyway. I usually do a day of workout, so it's about two and a half hours of workout, and then I have a rest day, and then I do it again. So it's kind of workout day, rest day, workout day, rest day. So what you will be needing for this workout is some ankle weights and a booty band. This is what it is called, a booty band. I didn't really know it was called a booty band until my personal trainer told me. And obviously you've got your towel, and then I've got a water bottle on the table over there. It's not the end of the world if you don't have any of these things. You can still do all of these exercises without any of these things, but I have them, so I'm going to be using them. So the first thing that I do is obviously get the heart rate up. I do put a jacket on just for this bit, specifically because I don't want to be bouncing around for anyone. It is the Philippines jacket, where I'm from. So what we're going to start with is some simple high knees. And we're going to do this for 1 minute. Okay, it's getting quite hot with this on now actually. And then you rest for a few seconds, maybe 30 seconds or 15 seconds. I don't know, just however long you want to rest for. I'm actually going to take this off because it's kind of hot. And then we're going to do bum kicks. So make sure you're actually trying to kick your bum. For 1 minute. And rest. If you're feeling like that's enough, sometimes that's enough for me. I don't do a lot of cardio, but of course it's important to get your heart rate up before you do any type of other exercises. If you feel like you need some more cardio, you can do some star jumps, which I'm actually not going to do right now. Important. Stay hydrated throughout your workout. Next thing we're going to move on to is using the booty band. This is a medium strength booty band. It was given to me, lent to me I should say, by one of the personal trainers at my gym. We're just going to do some lunges now. You try and make sure that it's kind of as close to your knee as possible so that you're stretching it as much as possible. So one side first, you kind of bounce on the spot, your knee not touching the ground. You can do this for 10 bounces. I kind of like to do it through bounces. Then the other side. Sometimes if you feel like doing it more, do it for more. You can hold it for as long as you want. I'm just going to do just my little routine with that now. Sometimes I'll go to 20 bounces, sometimes 25, depending on how I'm feeling. So just keep switching between the legs. Okay, so next, I don't really like to take on and off the band, so I'll be doing the next one, which is sitting down. You put it on again, closer to your knee as possible, and you just kind of open and close your legs, and it'll work these muscles on the side. Again, just see how you're feeling. So kind of get to the point where it starts to hurt. That sounds bad. It starts to ache a little bit, and then do maybe 2 more, and then rest, and then do the same amount plus 5 the next time you're doing it. And I tend to do about 5 sets of this. So make sure you're going fast, out, and then slowly back in. and rest for a little bit. When I try to rest, I try and make sure the band is a little bit loose so that I'm letting the blood flow where I was straining the band. Hydrate. Rest time should usually be about 30 seconds, but it's mainly until you're kind of feeling ready to go again. You don't want to push yourself too hard because you might end up spraining a muscle. Try not to touch your legs while you're doing this, so it's just your legs that are working. So I try and keep my hands on the side, hold them together like this. Sometimes I hold my head, just anything so you're not touching your bottom half of your body when you're doing this. Okay, now that's done. We're gonna take off the band for a little while, and we're gonna go back to doing lunges, my favorite. I hate lunges, but they are pretty good. I'm gonna have to put my foot, one of my feet, on the back. I'll show you. Don't worry, I have washed my shoes. Actually, I washed them specifically because of the pandemic, and these are my gym shoes, and I threw them in the washer so that I could use them at home. So they are squeaky clean, and I haven't been outside of them. Just in case you're thinking shoes on the sofa. I don't do that with dirty shoes, okay? We're gonna put one of our feet here, one of them there, one of them firmly planted on the ground. Test it out first, kind of go forward enough so that you're kind of almost touching the ground comfortably with your knee, all right? Brace yourself by, I don't know, holding your own hands or putting your hands on your head or whatever suits you, and then you just go down. We're gonna do pulses of this, and when you go back up, do it quickly and then clench your butt, okay? Clench your butt as you go back up again. You're gonna go slowly down and then fast back up with a clench, okay? Clench. Down. Clench. And we're gonna do 10 of these, I think. Stretch it out for a little bit. Next leg. I really hate those ones. I would recommend doing 5 sets on both sides. I think I'm done for that one actually. And we're gonna move on to another exercise now. Okay, so for the next one, I have applied you guys know how inflexible I am, but I have applied the ankle weights, and I've also got a trusty chair with me here to help me out, because the next thing that we're gonna be doing is some leg raises, but we're gonna do it on this side first because I find these more difficult. So if you do them first, they're less likely to be hurting as much later on, if that makes sense. So we just do this side first. So you got this foot firmly on the ground, you're holding onto this here, and then you got, I don't know, brace yourself, I guess. I put my hands on my hips, this leg up, drop like that. So you're working this muscle here, you should feel it, kind of squeeze here as you're going up, and then you do, I guess, however many of these that you can handle, I guess. You know how I tend to do it. I think we're gonna start with 15. Okay, the other side. Just put your chair on the other side. Same thing again. Okay, and rest. And hydrate. Okay, so what I usually do when I go for each round, I find that it's better if you kind of swap which side you're doing first in a set, because the supporting side also aches at some time. So we're going to start this set from doing this leg first, if that makes sense. And sometimes if you're finding it uncomfortable on your supporting legs, like sometimes I do, I have like an issue with this leg, I think, you can bend this knee a little bit to give you more support so you're not standing so straight and straining this side of your body too much. So as I said, when I do the next round, I add 5 onto what I've done previously. Okay, so that is all done. What we're gonna do now, keep your ankle weights on. We're gonna turn on this side, and we're gonna do some leg raises. We're going behind you, I guess. I think these are called donkey kicks. I don't know the names of things. But we're gonna do some leg raises. So, but what you're gonna do, again, brace yourself on one leg. When you go up on this leg, and you go down, you lift this up on the bit afterwards. Does that make sense? So you go one big one, and then you go little one. You go big one, you go little one. So we're counting this as 1, and then 1 again, and then 2, and then 2 again. That's how I like thinking of it in my head, so that you know that you've done 10 on this side, but that's technically 10 of one and 10 of the other thing, if that makes sense, the combination of the two. 10 on each side. When you go up this way, remember to clench your butt again, and it definitely, you know, works those muscles as well. So I did 20 because I wasn't really feeling it. If you don't feel the burn, I guess continue to do it until you do feel the burn, as I've been saying. The numbers won't work for everyone, especially if you're using lower weights or no weights at all. So what you can do to add a little bit, I don't know, if it's easier, if it's more difficult, whatever, snazz it up a little bit. You can lean over a little bit more when you're doing it. Have your elbows rested on your support, and then you can do it that way. I find that that is sometimes a little bit more difficult and it feels like it works more, but however, when you're doing it that way, I do recommend you definitely bend your supporting leg. So that's important as well. So I'll do a few of those to show you. And rest, and then you do, with these ones, it depends, I guess, of course, you can either do 3 sets or you can do 5 sets, it's up to you. I think I'm just going to do 3 sets today because time is getting ahead of me and I still have to do floor stuff to show you guys. That is technically it for the standing up, whatever stuff. Now we're going to move on to floor stuff. There is something else that I do sometimes for abs. So what you can do is take your, these are the only weights that I've really got, so I kind of use this for everything, but if it's not heavy enough, you put them together. And for abs, what you can do is take a stance, and then you hold both of the weights in one hand, and then you kind of, you lean, and then you pull up. And you should only be using your core muscles to be doing any of the movement right now. So you go down, and then you go back up. Go down, and you go back up. Shouldn't be doing anything with this hand really. You can hold it out for balance. You can put it on your head. Just put it anywhere really. Put it here. I feel like it works sometimes and sometimes I feel like it doesn't work. That is something that you can do. I'm not going to do it today because for me, I feel like the other things that I do for abs, which I'll be showing you on the floor stuff, work a lot better for me. Okay, so I'm going to be putting the ankle weights back on. I know that I just took them off, but that was just for demonstrational purposes. And also it's good to take them off because if you're doing these workouts for as long as, you know, I'm doing them, it gets a little bit sweaty under there. Good to air them out a little bit. Okay, so the first thing I do, this is my favorite thing to do, basically my favorite workout because it aches, but in a good ache. Does that make sense? So what we're gonna do is, it's gonna look kind of funny. I know it's gonna feel kind of awkward to be doing this if you are gonna be doing this at the gym, which is what I sometimes do, but you're at home, so it doesn't really matter. So we're gonna do some donkey kicks. You're gonna go on your elbows, and then you're gonna just raise your leg straight up with the weights on. Go like this, and then you go up, and then you straighten your leg up, and you go up. And then again, remember to squeeze the butt. So these ones, I really enjoy them, so I tend to start with about 15, and then again, of course, I go up 5 each time. Give it a little break, and then you do the other side. Okay, when you do your stretches, kind of this is a good one to use. You can do this one where you straighten your legs out, kind of try and bend backwards. I don't know, maybe it's called the cobra. I'm really bad with the names, but this one also stretches out your muscles there as well. If that is particularly hurting you, you do, of course, your rest time during this time. But I'm very impatient, so during my rest time, I do another exercise. So there's this one, kind of widen your stance a little bit, holding onto whatever it is you're holding onto. You go up, up. Remember to squeeze as well. There's a fast up, and then slowly down. Fast up, slowly down. So I justify doing that in between where my rest times are because they are actually working different muscles. So you're still technically resting the muscle that you're supposed to be resting. You're just kind of speeding up the process of your workout a little bit. So I'll do a few more sets of these. With this during the rest time, I think I'll do about 4 or 5 sets, and then I'll move on to the next exercise. Okay, now we get to take these off for good. So the next thing we're gonna do is still bum. So we're doing a lot of bum at the moment. I know we definitely move on to abs soon, but most of that is lying down stuff, and I don't like lying down and then having to get back up again, if that makes sense. I find this one quite difficult, so I don't really want to add extra weight for more difficulty. So we're gonna do some bum lifts. I think they're called that. I don't really know what they're called. With one leg up. So you'll have one just kind of hovering there, and then you go up. I find these quite difficult, so I'll be doing a lot of them. Probably just do 10 on each side, maybe 3 sets. Side. When you rest, sometimes it's good to just stretch out here. Okay, we're done with bums! So the next thing we're gonna do is all ab stuff now. We are going to widen this because we are getting quite sweaty now. So the first thing is some leg raises going this way. First you're gonna lift up straight leg, then you go down without touching the ground, and then you lift like that, bent here, but you're still lifting it up, okay? And the same thing that we did with the backwards leg raises for the bum. We're gonna do it like 1, 1, 2, 2. With these, we're gonna do 10 of them. Make sure you can feel your stomach muscles, the ones that are actually pulling your legs up. Again, because I don't really like to rest, we're going to be doing some of these in the meantime while we're resting for the lower part of our stomach to rest from that, because that is what you're working when we were doing those leg raises. So this time we are going to work the sides here. So I like to hold my head because my neck is really bad at being supported, if that makes sense. I pull my neck muscles quite a lot, so I'm going to hold the back of my head while I do this, but you don't have to. We're going to try and reach down here. Make sure you're squeezing these muscles and you reach, and you're only trying to move this. So you shouldn't be moving your arm muscles really, just keep them straight and you move here. You move on to the side here. I'm going to do 15 of these. Sometimes what I do to kind of squeeze more, I move my hip up as I'm moving my body down to meet it, if that makes sense. So it's kind of squeezing it like that. Then you rest that, and then you do it again on the other side. Then you rest for a bit, and then we go back to doing our leg raises. So you do that on rotation for, depending on what you're feeling like, 3 or 5 sets. I'm going to do 3 because I'm getting kind of sweaty right now, but if you were doing just a specific abs day, I would recommend doing at least 5 sets. Oh, it's worth mentioning, when you're doing the leg raises, I like to situate my hands right under where my bum meets the ground when my legs are up. That way you won't be sliding about, and it also gives you, it basically ensures that you are using your stomach muscles. Okay, now moving on to my least favorite thing to do really. You situate yourself so you're kind of resting on your elbows here, and I need to hold on to these bits for this one. You go on one side, go in, the other side, go in. It's not very helpful having the sofa so close to me, but you won't be able to see me if I move any more this way. So you are supposed to move it as far as you can. So again, you're going to be counting it as though 1, 1, 2, 2. Oh. 10 of those. This time we are really going to rest. It's a good one though. I hate it, but you can feel it working. So for this very last one, I have moved you down a little bit more because I need to move out a little bit. Because what I need to do is I've got my ankle weights here, I don't know if you can see them. My ankle weights are here, I've got both of them. And we're gonna do, I think these are called obliques, and it's gonna work the sides of your abs, your side abs again. But what you've got to do, you've got to balance yourself like this, and then you grab one of them, put it over to the other side. You grab the other one, put it over to the other side, then you bring them back. And the way I'm going to count it is when I bring it back over here, that's the end of the first one. One. Two. So usually I would do 3 sets of 5. So that is it from me today. Of course you would have your stretches after this. That is very important to do your stretches. However, I'm not that amazing with stretches, so I don't think you would actually learn much from me to do the stretches. Sometimes I don't even do stretches, which is really bad. But make sure you do your stretches. Let me know if any of these things work for you. And yeah, I would just let's get some gains while we're in this lockdown. If we come out of here with gains, at least we've gotten something other than our good health. So yeah, I think that's it. Thank you guys for watching if you stayed until this point, and I will see you guys next time. Bye guys!